Good evening to Madam Azira. Okay, today we want to present about the managerial and cost accounting subject. Okay, mini project cost volume profit analysis. Okay, for the first my member team's name is for the first my name is Ahmad Fitri Syarika Uzni bin Ahmad Fuad, second Muhammad Aziz Ilmi bin Salim, and third Akil Zakwan bin Abdul Aziz. Okay, for the first one I pass to Akil.
Okay, for the first question is for A, calculate the following. We have to calculate the break-even point in unit and value. So the sales price per unit based on question is 200 and variable cost per unit based on the question is 75. So we need to minus sales price per unit and variable cost to get the 125. And for the BEP sales in units, fixed costs divided by contribution margins per unit. So 91,250 divided by 125. So we get 730 units. For BEP sales in value, BEP units times sales price per unit, 730 units times 200. So the answer is RM 146,000. Moving on to second question, which is margin of safety in units and value. Margin of safety in units, the total budget we have to divide it with actual sales and then minus with BEP units. So total budget divided by actual sales, we have 950 units, and then we minus it with 730 units. So the answer is 220 units. For margin of safety in values, the formula is margin of safety in unit. We need to times with sales price per unit, and then the value is 220 units times 200. So the answer is 44,000. RM 44,000. Moving on to next, which is net profit. Net profit. The formula is sales minus variable cost and then minus fixed cost. So the sales cost is RM 200 times 950 units, and then for variable cost 75 ringgit times 950 units, and then for fixed cost is 91,250, which is from previous question. And then 190,000 minus 71,250 minus 91,250, and then the answer is 27,500.
Okay, so for the target sales volume, the net profit given is RM 135,000. So to find the target sales volume, which is the units, we must use the formula, which is target sales volume equals to fixed cost plus net profit over by the contribution margins per unit. So the fixed cost in the question is 91,250 ringgit plus by the 135,000 ringgit, which is the question given, and also divide by the contribution margin per unit RM 125 ringgit. So the total is 1,810 units to get the net profit, which is 135,000. They must sell 1,810 units to achieve 135,000. So for the new profit, the fixed cost is 10% increase, which is the fixed cost increase 10% times by 91,250 ringgit. So which is we got 9,125. So the new fixed cost is 91,250 plus by 9,125 equals to 100,375. And the variable cost also is increased, which is 15% from the 75 ringgit, which is the before additional information added. So 15% times by 75 ringgit, which is 11 ringgit and 25 cent. So the new variable cost is 86 ringgit and 25 cent. And in the question also, they has told that the sales increased to 1,100 unit. So the new net profit is the formula is equals to sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost. So the new sales, which is 200 ringgit times by 1,100 units, because in the question they said sales increased to 1,100 units. So RM 200 ringgit times by 1,100 units minus by 86 ringgit point 25 cent times by 1,100 units minus by the new fixed cost, which is 100,375. So the total for the new net profit is 24,750. For question D, variable cost is for the new variable cost in the question is additional 15 ringgit. So variable cost before is 75 ringgit plus by 50 ringgit equals to 90 ringgit. The fixed cost, which is the transportation cost, is 4,000. So the fixed cost has increased from 91,250 plus by 4,000 ringgit equals to 95,250 ringgit. So this is the table to differentiate the from the question given, which is the proposal is 1,600 unit because they want to use a quality products. So the present is 950 units times by 200 ringgit per units, we will get 190,000 ringgit for sales. And then 950 ringgit times by 75 ringgit per unit will get 71,250 ringgit for the variable cost. And then for the contribution margin is 200 minus by 75, we will get 125. So 125 times by 950 units, we will get 180,750. And then for the fixed cost, just take the original fixed cost, which is 91,250 ringgit. So the total for present net income is 27,500 ringgit. So for the proposed is 1,600 unit times by 200 ringgit per unit, we will get 320,000. And then for the variable cost, which is per unit, is increased because they have an additional 50 ringgit. So the new variable cost is 90 ringgit. So 90 ringgit times by 1,600 units, we will get 144,000. And then for the contribution margin is 200 minus by 90, we will get 110. So 110 times by 1,600 units, we will get 176,000 for the contribution margins. So for the proposed is sales, for the sales, for the sales, for the proposed 320,000 minus by 144,000 minus by 95,250, which is the new fixed cost, we will get the net income is 80,000 ringgit and 750. So yes, the company should change as the company profit is increasing. The difference is RM 53,250. So that's all from me. Thank you.
Moving on to question 2. A, break-even point in unit and value. For fixed cost, the formula is fixed overhead times sales of units, which is RM10 times 5,000 units. And we got RM 50,000. For selling price per unit, RM 500,000 divided divide 5,000 unit, and then the answer is RM 100 price per unit. For A, BEP unit, fixed cost divide contribution margin per unit. RM 50,000 divide RM 100 and minus RM 60. RM 50,000 divided RM 40, and we got 1,250 unit. For BEP value, BEP unit times selling price per unit, 1,250 unit times RM 100, and then the answer is 125,000.
Alright, next is margin of safety in unit and values. Okay, margin of safety unit. Okay, for the first actual sale, we minus to break even point. Okay, we get 5,000 unit. minus 100 to 1,250 unit, and then we get 3,750 units. Next is margin of safety, RM. Margin of safety unit times sale price per unit. Okay, next 3,750 unit times to 100 ringgit, and then we get 3,075 ringgit. Okay, next is net profit earned by the company. Okay, for the net profit is sales minus variable cost minus fixed cost. Okay, for the first 100 ringgit times to 5,000 unit, and then minus 6 ringgit times 5,000 unit and minus 500,000. Okay, we get we get for the first question is 500,000 minus to 300,000 and then minus 50,000. So we get 150,000. Oh, sorry. Okay. Next is direct. For the D, if the direct material cost increased by 10% and Puncak Berhad would like to maintain its annual fee, calculate. Okay, for the first, we find target sales volume. Okay, for the direct material, 40 ringgit times 10%, we get 4 ringgit. New direct material is 44 ringgit. Okay, target sales volume, fixed cost time net profit divide by contribution per unit. Okay, 50,000 times 150,000 divide by 100 minus 74 ringgit, and then we get 200,000 divide by 36 ringgit, and the answer is 555 unit. 5,000 555 unit. Okay, next is profit. Okay, we need to find the profit. Sale minus variable cost minus fixed cost. Okay, for the first, we have the profit 150,000, and then equal. Okay, next is selling price times 5,000 unit minus by 60 ringgit times 5,000 unit minus by 50,000. Okay, and then we get 3,000 minus 50,000, and next, then we minus kan, we get 250,000, and next is selling price. We change to another side. Selling price times 500 unit. Next, 150,000 times 250,000. Okay, we get 400,000. Net 50,000, we change to another side, selling price. So when we change to another side, they get divide 400,000 divide by 5,000 unit. So the selling price is 80 ringgit. Okay, next is determine the new break-even point in units and value if Puncak Berhad increase selling price by 20% and total fixed overhead by 100,000. Okay, so selling price is, selling price per unit 100 times 20%, so we get 120 ringgit. Fixed cost is 10,000. Okay, BEP unit fixed cost divide by CM per unit. So 10,000 divide by 120 minus 60 ringgit. So we get 60 ringgit. So 10,000 divided by 60 ringgit, we get 167 unit. Okay, next is BEP value, BEP unit times selling price per unit. So 167 unit times to 120 ringgit. So we get 20,040 ringgit. Okay, that's all from me. Thank you. That is for our
That's all
presentation.
from us. Thank you.
Thank you.